So I've been a musician my whole life. I've played in bands since I was early teens, and I've played on the worship team at my church every Sunday for years, for decades. And that was a big part of my life. Nearly 4.5 years ago now, I woke up one day ready to go to work and just felt kind of lousy. And on my way coming back into the bedroom from the washroom, found that I could not walk straight. I needed to lean on the walls to hold myself up, and everything just felt wrong. I somehow stumbled my way back to bed and realized I better call 911. And they answer 911, fire, police, or ambulance. And I went, ambulance. My voice was just gone. Didn't realize it at the time, but half of my body had shut off. And they start doing some evaluations, some imaging, and all this stuff to kind of really ascertain what's going on. And we kind of entered this whole experience of what having a stroke is all about. A neurologist came in, and they do a certain series of tests to evaluate the best that they can what damage has been done and what the long-term prognosis looks like. And the news that he gave me was, you should be back to normal in about 6 to 9 months. So it'll be a journey, but 6 to 9 months to be back on track. Not realizing that 6 to 9 months, it didn't turn out to be exactly that. But somehow having that news that 6 to 9 months is the time frame allowed me to be okay with it and okay with kind of adapting to this new normal. I should have been very freaked out. I should have been very alarmed, very what's going to happen with the rest of my life. I don't recall praying, but I recall there was this unbelievable sense of everything's okay, and in a way that I wouldn't have normally felt in my own self. I don't know how quickly I realized that things were changed forever. In the beginning, I very much looked at everything from a very short-term kind of view. I wasn't thinking about next week or next year. I was thinking about the next 10 minutes or the next half hour or the next 2 hours, because I only gradually allowed myself to look further and further out into the future over time. Not having the use of my right arm, my right hand, meant playing a guitar or a bass was just not gonna happen. It wasn't about playing guitar again. It was about making music again. Having always played either bass or guitar, I had to find a way to make that happen with one hand. And that's a different thing. All of the things that have to happen with two hands had to happen with one. All of a sudden, just shifting perspective that way meant that I could play guitar in a musical way that I would have never done before. And it's worked out fantastic to the point that now I'm actually teaching one-handed guitar playing. I've had to wait to do lots of things because they come back slowly and in a different way perhaps than I used to do things. But the waiting just happened. I never felt overwhelmed by the waiting. It was just, this is the way things are now. And I feel God had kind of orchestrated so that when the stroke came along and I physically became different, it was like I was already prepared. I'd done the education or the whatever life preparation to be there. And I can only give that to God because there's no way to say, oh yeah, I planned it. I had it all figured out. So, because I knew eventually something's gonna happen. No way, it's His doing.